Hey guys, and welcome back to my DIY channel. It has been a little while since I uploaded a DIY video. It's been 3 months, I actually checked, and I think that since I've been back at work, I just haven't had the same time that I had over lockdown, which was really great for DIY. But when I get home, when I leave the house it's dark, when I get home from work it's dark. There's just not a lot of time to film except weekends, and I'm also trying to run my main channel. Anyway, no excuses. Today we're back with a DIY, and this is a homeware DIY. Very exciting. So I want to make a photo frame. You've probably seen the thumbnail already. A photo frame for a piece of art that I have that I don't want to buy a frame for it, and I also I find it hard to find the right frame and the right size when it's like a big piece of art. It's not just like your standard like A3 or A4. So I've decided to make it. I've done this before. Let me show you. So I have this one hanging over my bed that I basically made before. This one, however, I didn't stain at all. I just left it the raw wood. I think it's pine. So literally you just need one long piece of wood, which we're going to cut in half or cut to measurements. 2 little hooks to kind of put in here, and then something to put the string, some string to put through the hooks basically. It's such an easy project. It really won't take that long except for the time in between staining and letting like each layer dry, but once the wood has been cut and stained, it goes together so quickly. I'm not sure if I have the hooks left. I thought I did. I couldn't find any. I think I might have to pop out today to the hardware store. Yes, I have 2 hours before it closes, so that's good. So I'll take you with me as well there. I literally was there already last night. I just didn't pick up any hooks. I thought I had some. So the first thing I need to do is measure my pieces of wood, cut them to size, and then stain them. So this is the 2 pieces of wood that I cut. They should be the same size. They're a little bit off because my cutting skills are not the best, but that is the first time I've ever really sawn anything myself. And it's quite difficult to get it perfectly straight. As you can see, they're a little bit different. I'm just gonna sand that a bit more, but yeah, so this is the top of the frame, the bottom of the frame, and now we need to stain them. I'm using this stain, which is the stain that we used for this breakfast bar. If you haven't already seen the tutorial for this, I will link it up in the cards. This was also super easy. So if you're just looking for a few ways to jazz up your house at the moment, you know, if you're in lockdown or whatever, this is a really good project. But this one is the easiest. So this is in a lovely walnut shade, satin walnut, Ronseal, good stuff. Got it in Home Base. It was about £11 for this small tin, but it really doesn't take much. We've already done this with it. There's still like 3/4 of it left. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do a second one as well. So I've just done my first layer of the stain, and it looks really good. As you can see, it's a lot lighter than this one. This was about 3 layers. I'm just gonna go kind of hold it up to the piece of art now that it's like touch dry and see if the color works and if I want it to be darker or not. I may paint like one more coat. But yeah, very excited about this. So this is the piece of art that I'm framing. As you can see, it's kind of big. It's like A3 size. And it has really nice brown tones with the lion. So I just thought the brown stain would go really well with this. So I'm just placing these on. I'm just gonna see how that looks. I really like it, but I think a shade darker would be good. Hopefully when I hang it, the kind of creases fall out a little bit of the frame because it's quite creased. I also have another one here that I want to do, but I'm not sure if I want to stain it or if I want to leave it pine for this one. Though I actually think the walnut looks quite nice against it because I feel like it just like ties in with this little easel here. Yeah, I think this looks better than that, so I might go paint these 2 as well, and we can get 2 done. And while I'm working, I think I need some Christmas music. So this is what they look like after the second coat. They're a bit darker, still not quite as dark as the other walnut, but I think I like them this colour. I'm not sure I want to go much darker with them. This is what they looked like for the first coat. I only did one coat on the underside because I don't think it really needs it, and this is 2 coats. This would probably be like 3 or 4, to be honest. Different kind of wood will absorb it differently. I think this is just absorbing it a lot more quickly. So like I said, I need to go to the hardware store and find some little screws. I just need 2 for this one, but I have another one to make, so I'm going to need 4. And you know, I'll probably make them again. So I'm going to pop out and get some of them. So it's super dark now, and the lighting is in here is so weird. Let me see if I can change it. Okay, that is so much better. So I'm just back. I got myself some little hooks. I originally wanted them to be kind of completely closed, but these are more like little kind of hooks, I guess, that they have a space basically. But I also have ideas for another project that I can use these for, so it kind of bodes well for me that they're not fully closed, but also as long as I face in the right direction, it shouldn't be an issue. And I may also use pliers and like tweeze them tighter a bit. So I'm gonna make tea because I'm really cold after being outside, and then we're gonna get screwing into the wood. So if you know me at all, you'll know that I kind of like to just eyeball things and not really measure, but in order for this to hang straight, it really needs to be a bit more exact than that. So get myself a pen and my measuring tape, and I'm going to measure on the kind of this side of each of these. So just, it doesn't have to, it could be any measurement, but as long as it's the same on both sides. So I'm just going to do like 2 centimeters in from each side and mark it, and the same on the other side, and then at least I'll have an idea of where to pop the little screws in. Yeah, so making sure I have the right side facing me as well, because this is the side that was done twice and this is the side that was done once. Nearly prefer that, but let's just go with this one, seeing as it's done. So they have a little screw on the end of them, so should just be able to screw them in. A little bit fiddly at the start, but just kind of keep screwing it until the wood starts to kind of just take it. And if it gets too sore for your fingers, just wrap a towel or something around it. Right, and then when you finish it, you want to end it so that if you have these kind of ones, you want to end it so that the hoop is facing out, so when the string is on it, it won't slip off. So let's do the other one. Just try and make sure they're going straight as well, would be a good idea. Just and one more. Ooh. Also, you could use pliers, which would be really easy. Okay. So both of them are on, one on each, and the screw is going towards the outside. So now this is ready to be attached to my work of art. So this will be the top piece, the other one is the bottom piece. I'm just going to attach it with some wood glue, which I have right here. This is the one that I bought maybe like 2 years ago. I hope it's still soft, still sounds soft. I just hope it will come out the nozzle. Yes, it will. And now it won't stop coming out, so let's go do it. This is kind of hard to show you, but basically I need to stick this to this, and I'm trying to make it as even as possible. So kind of marking in, or like measure the width of your paper, measure the width of this, and then deduct half of the difference of each side, and that should be even. Okay. I'm just going to put the glue onto the wood and press it onto the paper then, so it's easier to see from the front if it's straight, basically. And then I'm going to flip it over. That was quite straight actually, surprisingly. Yeah, okay, so that measures really well because each of them is at each screw. So that tells me it's quite even. Okay, so that's fine. And as that's drying, I'm just going to pop the bottom one on as well. I'm just going to make sure there's no glue on the outside. That sticks to the carpet. We don't want that. So, yeah. So, same again. Kind of eyeballing it to make sure that the width is right, and when I have it right, I'm just gonna press it down. And then I'm just gonna flip it over again, make sure that it is straight. Onto the back, hold it down, make sure the glue is dry. So this is my little framed lion, which I bloody love. I love the colour actually. So I'm just going to pop the string in, and I won't hang it up until it's dry, but very happy. So I've actually decided I'm going to use, wow, my hair is crazy. I've decided I'm going to use some wire instead of string. I just think it will look less obvious when it's hung up, because all I have is like 5mm macrame cord, and I just think this will be a little bit more chic. So I'm going to cut this to length and attach it. So this is my finished frame. I really love it. I love the colour. I just did 2 layers of the stain, and I just think it looks really good. And then I just popped some wire through the hooks. Made sure the hooks were facing outwards like this so the wire doesn't slip off, if that will focus properly. I really love how the wire looks. I think it looks really just kind of a nicer detail than a thicker rope. I'm really happy with that, and I can't wait to make the other one as well now. I hope you guys really enjoyed this mini DIY, and I hope you try it out for yourself. If you do, definitely tag me on Instagram or let me know in the comments. I would love to see your recreations, and always looking for new inspiration. So if you think of a way of using this technique but in a slightly different way, that would be cool too, so let me know. I'll see you guys really soon in the next tutorial, and take care. Happy DIYing.